Hey, welcome back. We're going to go over the Sunday planning routine that helps real estate agents win every single week. I saw this a long time ago when I was a little kid. I saw a family that would plan their whole week out on Sunday. And I'm like, what is this? I happened to be over because they had a lot of sisters and I was friends with them. And I remember staying one time and they went through their whole schedule together. So everyone was on top of it. They had goals, they had different things they were accomplishing. I was like, wow, that was pretty impressive because I was like a younger kid and I've never really seen anything like that before. So it's kind of my first experience into it. And then I started to adopt a little bit for myself, not fully the level it is right now, but I remember thinking about that. You know what? Hey, I want to plan my week. I want to set some goals. I want to make some progress. And so it's very powerful. I always remember that. So just so you know, I saw it firsthand and I saw it improve their lives. So I kind of did this and then it eventually evolved into a much better version, which it is now. So why do we want to do this? Well, if we just go through our week like a lot of agents or people do, we just are doing whatever, right? We go through our day, we finish our day. We're not like reviewing it at the end. We're not planning for the next one, right? That daily plan. But on the weekly, we really want to set and see, hey, are these goals aligned with what we want to accomplish for the year? And are we breaking them down on a weekly basis so we can have that success? So it really helps us to keep track, keep focused, and keep accountable. So that's why we want to do it. And then we can make these weekly adjustments. If something isn't working, we can change it or we can prioritize a different type of goal. But the idea is that we're reviewing, making sure we're on track, and if not, making the adjustment so that we can continue to improve or shift that focus where it needs to be. Okay, so we'll get into it. Number one thing you can do is obviously review last week. So you're going to ask yourself the things that are going to align with your goals, whatever they are. Like, did you have how many meaningful conversations, right? Was it 50? Was it 60? Was it 70? Depending on the days you're working. 10 a day, 15, 20, whatever that goal is, did you get that? How many appointments did you set? Right? That's going to come naturally right off, whatever that goal was. How many listings did you take? How many buyers did you meet with? What worked? What didn't? How many social media posts? How much YouTube content did you create? How many people did you invite into your networking group? How many you invited into your Facebook group? Right? And I try to go over right the two sides. So there could be an action side of it, like how much action can control did we take, and then a goal side of it. So I usually have two what I could do, the part I can control, and then the other side, the results that still are going to matter, right? Because sometimes I have to put more effort in to hit that goal, even though I might be doing the minimum standard of what I need to accomplish every day. But I still also want to hit that goal and keep making sure I'm aligned with the goals that I have set for that month or that quarter or right or the year. So that's how I do it. It works really well with a lot of people I've coached as well. So consider that. If you have not done it, take that action. And if you have not done it, make sure you are liking and subscribing, right? Getting in there, getting in my free and paid groups for school. I have them in the links below, but this is really valuable stuff. If you're watching this every day, I'm going to try to bring something of value, something that's relevant and actionable for you, right? So make sure you're doing this. If you've never done this, start. If you have, look for ways you can improve it. And this is kind of a more basic one that I'm going to go over. And then later on, I'll probably do an advanced one, even more detailed of what I like to go over. Okay, number two, make sure you have your big three goals for the week. Like I do every day in my Facebook group, I post, what are your top three things you got to do today? Right? So if you didn't accomplish anything else, if this is 90% of your day, these three things, it's the same thing with a week. So if you didn't accomplish anything else, what three big goals do you want to make sure that would give you an A for that week? Right? It might be set X amount of listing appointments. It might have so many buyer agreements. It might be posting a certain amount on social. It might be closing. Whatever you want, make sure you have identified those core big three things. So the only thing I ask is make sure they are measurable. Right? That's the power that you have of this is that there's measurable action you can show that you're taking. Okay, number three, always schedule in your week that prospecting first, right? What are they going to be the activities that move the needle? Block out that calendar, put in that time. It could be, example, Monday through Friday. It could be 9 to 10, 9 to 11, 9 to 12, 8 to 12, whatever it allows in your area that's blocked for prospecting, right? Because Saturday is usually a big show day, but I will try to get some prospecting out as well. But you want to make sure that that's happening. There's going to be the call, text, follow-ups, conversations, right? You got to protect that time. So I'm going to block off those times that are important. Now, also, you want to plan your content. Number four, this is really good. So if you've got time and you can batch it, right, a more advanced skill, and let's say we're planning out time on Monday to batch content or Tuesday for the rest of the week, that can be great because we can create that content that we need, whether it's YouTube videos, whether it's social media posts, or at least the game or plan, if it's our reels or whatever we're doing, right? We want to plan that content out. That's where we can look up the information. We can find out what things are trending. We can kind of search other content to see what's working as well, right? Other people, if they're having massive success, we can kind of have our version of that. But you want to plan that content out, right? A great time is to go over all of that, and then you can execute. What day you're going to be. If it's going to be on Monday and you're going to be filming or posting, that's fine. But make sure you're planning it out. Okay, number five, review your database. This is a big one. Making sure you have identified which clients you're going to plan out for this week, right? As a general rule, I break down all past clients into a quarterly system. And your top 10%, I would be reaching out to them, at least the ones giving referrals, every single month. The rest of the people, just reach out with something. So plan it. If you're splitting that up into quarterly and you're going to reach out, certainly on like on your sphere, okay, then you have one a day or five a day or 10 a day. You know how many you have. It's planned out. You know which group is going to come up this week. That's a good one. You can also be reaching out to your referral partners, different leads that you're going to follow up with, right? Just kind of go over where you are in the pipeline, right? This is how many new people we want. This is how many we're working with. I always like to see where I'm at in that pipeline, where I need to really focus and grow, and who I'm continuing to follow up with. I remember at one point I had like a massive board of like over 100 and I don't know, 100 plus people that were interested, right? Buying, selling, and they were beyond just regular lead. There was definitely interest. They were planning on it. So wow, you're following up, and then I always made sure what's the next step. Last contact, what's the next step? So that's kind of a little advanced technique. So last thing had what's the next time, and always a date with a time to follow up, and what am I going to do on that particular thing. So if you're creating that and making that next step that you're going to take and when, that's going to really help you review your database. You can do just that. Okay, 6, schedule income producing activities, right? So if you got listing appointments, buyers, open houses, door knocking, networking events, client appreciation activities, right? Those are great. If it's on the calendar, it doesn't happen, right? I have one person that has for networking events, we have them scheduled every month. So we're always inviting people into it, right? And it's great because, when you have 700 plus roughly people in, it's a great form, right? If you're setting up a client appreciation, we can invite around it. Another great activity. That's another one that if you're doing at least twice a year, usually that can yield, at least that I've seen, about 8% referrals, right, of the people that are attending. So it's very, very powerful. So these are things you want to schedule, plan it out, right? Fill that calendar with income producing activities. And guess what? You're going to produce more income. Very, very simple. Number 7, this one is another great one, right? Set your personal goals, right? Like I like to work out in the morning. It's a little easier because I have the bike right in the garage, even though it's a little warm. But I can jump on that. It's not a problem. Then I can hit the gym usually for a second. And if you notice from my past videos, right, I'm slowly but consistently improving, right? So I have my goals, right? You can set this as time for family, date night, personal time. If you have kids, pick some personal goals. You can do it. Let's say you want to read a book certain times or listen to one. I like during workouts, but usually on drives if I have that, or lunch or times, I can do that. You can also plan your schedule of how much sleep you want to get. One of the first things I do when I'm coaching is we try different schedules to see which one they respond to the best and how many hours of sleep they need. So make sure you're doing that, protect that energy, and things are going to go a lot better. So set those personal goals, review, right, and then see how you're doing. Number 8, pick your weekly theme. It could be example, it could be a follow-up week. You're going to really, really focus on that. It could be a listing week. It could be referral week. It could be a social media week, database, workout, whatever. Pick something that you're going to theme, that you're going to focus, and that way you're going to have one focus that creates momentum, right? It's kind of a fun thing to do. put it up there, put some notes around so that you're focused on that, whatever it is. And nine, prepare for Monday. Now, some people like to do this on Monday morning, or that's when they do it. Sometimes it can be for religious reasons or it's their personal preference. You can also do it on Saturday. So you have some options here, and I guess even Friday too. But pick one day, see which one works the best for you, and just stick with it. Now, before that day ends, like on mine, I want to make sure I clean my area, right? Review my calendar, create those task lists I'm going to have for Monday, who exactly I'm calling. Start Monday with clarity, not chaos. And I like to plan and visualize my success for that week, review the goals, and really, circle those focus things that I want to hit. Okay, now number 10, this is an important one, right? Make sure you get signed up. Hopefully you like this. Glad you stayed to the end. We've got one more thing to go over. Make sure you like and subscribe, comment. If this was helpful, put something that you can add to it. Even just one thing is great. And then number 10, you're going to ask yourself one question. If I repeat this 52 times, will I hit my goals? If the answer is no, then adjust, right? So you want to have those weekly formulas. How many meaningful conversations, right? If we're going for 10 per day, we want to average that, right? How many days a week are we doing that? Minimum 5. How is our consistent follow-up? Do we have that schedule planned, the consistent content, right? Do we have those topics planned out? We've done our research. Consistent appointments. So small actions repeated every week are going to create massive results over time. So you don't necessarily have to have like the perfect week. Just focus on winning, the planning session, then just focus on winning the whatever activity you're on, and then eventually you will win the day from it. But I'm telling you, if you're not doing this, there are massive room for growth. And a lot of the growth is going to come on weekly planning and then our daily schedule and how much we protect and guard that. Once we have these things, right, and these are the activities we should be doing, then guard that time and make sure you're going all out to hit that, right? Be your best in that moment, right? I plan mine really like every 5 or 10 minutes, depending. Usually we start at 15, but the more successful you have, the more you're going to dial that down. So like right now for me, it's roughly right about 10-minute increments. And sometimes, yeah, it can be 30, so it's one block, not necessarily a 10. But the more efficient you're going to get, and then you're going to review it, I'm telling you, the better you're going to actually be, and your results will be, and less distracted and more focused. So hopefully this helps, guys. This is stuff that just take the first step. We'll come back later, and I'll give you a more advanced breakdown of some other techniques that I do or that I found to be really successful for me and the people that I coach. But for right now, start at this and then win. Right? Have an amazing rest of your day. I really appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks so much and take care.